the best
Around.
We can't sing the rest because of copyright. The best.
So you have at least.
And we're live.
We have a few more seconds. I intentionally was just trying to see if I could be drinking when we came on stream. Hey, buddy. You guys are the best. You're like so cool. We love you so much. You don't even know.
Girl drunk.
You don't even know. I saw something. It was like speaking Japanese with a Valley Girl accent makes you sound like a
Simlish.
character.
Yeah.
Simlish. That was great.
I was shocked at how accurate that was.
That was not good Japanese, but that was the intent of it.
Great Simlish.
Anyway.
Nani?
Uwu.
Let's move on.
Let us pray. The Lord's lettuce. I don't know, man. I just took my ADHD meds like 5 minutes before we got here. So it's
They
good to
have
see
not
everybody.
kicked in.
Nope. But I love you all so much. So very much. It is good to be here, episode 106. I don't know. That just sounds like a big number, guys.
It is. It's 3 digits.
It is a great time to be alive in the world of... Anyway. I was trying to finish, but things are all chaos everywhere. It's fine. But it is good to be here. I'm glad to be with you guys. It's been a week since we've been together, and we're all together again because Haley is all moved in.
We got our Haley back.
Yay!
Haley, come back. And
Haley is back.
I'm
You're
muted, and
I was just gonna say you were
whatever.
muted.
Haley's
Aw.
back.
Anything I said wasn't interesting.
Back again.
This is an advanced apology for if I drop while currently working out the internet situation here at the new place.
Work
I have to
out.
wait for the kangaroos to jump the wires across the fields, connect them up to the roof, and
the didgeridoos to...
No. So you get the kangaroos. Have you seen that video where the kangaroo is just like, fuck this, I'm out, jumps onto the fence and then just chills on the roof?
Yeah. That's what
I'm sure I sent it to you guys.
You sent me the one where they go to the house that looks abandoned, and then there's just a roo in it, and it goes plowing out.
Oh
I'm like,
yeah,
"Fuck!"
no one's lived here for 20 years. Fuck.
There's a resident.
But we're happy to
So,
be here.
you know, it takes a while because the kangaroos just jump back with the data files to the internet port.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They
exactly
grab
how
what
the
I
internet
need,
works
send
in
it
Australia.
across,
And then you got to wait for the koalas to fucking
climb
sort
it
it
all
all
the way up
out.
there. Yeah.
The whole packet.
And
like
we all
the
know how slow they are.
Packet delivery.
I like how it really is a 50-50 chance on brand for this show of whether y'all are trying to lean out of all of the Australia-isms or whether you just like say fuck it and ship it and just look to the whole gag the whole way.
My favorite part is how much we've made Taylor loathe herself about Nar.
That R,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Wait, but I can hear it.
Did-
I can hear it now.
You guys know how to officially pronounce it in American? You just say R and R.
R&R.
I hate that works too.
That video was so great that you sent, like the
Gonna go to the
teaching
back
an
porch and get
Australian
some
to say
R&R.
no. Teaching an Australian to say no. No.
We don't
Nar.
We don't say porches. It's out in the veranda.
We are not
What
that
are you,
fancy.
a golden girl?
Miranda.
Like what?
The bougiest shit I have ever been called on. It's a veranda.
It's a veranda.
Down
It's
how
a
you
porch,
are here.
Taylor.
I'm a
Downton
carry.
Abbey. Yeah.
You can be a veranda.
Have
Anyway,
you not heard Give Me a Home Amongst the Gum Trees?
what?
We don't have
Veranda.
gum
back. And an old rocking chair.
My light is all kinds of messed up.
on toast or cooking up a roast. Just you and me and a cup of tea.
One of the
Veranda.
lights that I bought burnt out already, so that
Oh,
was good. So
God.
my green screen is like,
Yeah.
off. I'm trying to see if I can fix it. We'll have to play with that more later. Anyway, we'll get
Meanwhile,
my
we
light
have
closer.
sponsors.
We have
some
sponsors.
sponsors.
Their
Nah.
links are in
Legally.
chat.
Get them Matt Dabs in for Matt Dabbing and Day 20.
We got day 20. We got cool, awesome t-shirts from Into the AM. We got
God, I need to find mine because I love my Into the Aim shirt. It's so comfortable.
our GameSpot affiliate link is up and running. go get you some discounts on cool video games and collectibles and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And Munchkins.
Do it.
Ooh, what if we had our own version of Munchkins? How cool would that be?
And
What are Munchkins?
It's a card game.
we are
here
still
they're just like the things from Wizard of Oz.
we are still
I have a
technically
shit ton of Munchkin games.
we are still technically sponsored by Nimble this week. So
Hey.
Nimble's campaign is wrapped, but they raised over 250K over on Backer Kit. You can, even though you missed the campaign, you can still go and do a pre-order. So the pre-order button is live on their Backer Kit page. Go and use that link to pick up Nimble TTRPG.
See if
Speaking
you
of-
can pick up when I'm using nimble sorcerer
Speaking of cool
skills today
Kickstarters,
with
I saw that,
just to mess things up a
Just
bit.
to for my first action. What?
What?
Brandon Sanderson apparently has like a TTRPG based off his book series now, like it's on Kickstarter.
The
I thought that was
Cosmere TTRPG. Yeah.
I did see that.
That looks super cool, and it's like ongoing, like living thing. As he writes more books, it will grow.
It
That's pretty
raised
cool.
4,000% on Kickstarter,
Yeah.
I mean, like,
and it's not even done.
is he like the fantasy, like Stephen King kind of thing? Do you think he's kind of
At
like
this
achieved
point,
that?
yeah.
He's
I
one
think-
of the top tier fantasy novelists.
I think when he whipped out 4 surprise novels and said, "By the way, these are just the ones that I have done. I have like 8 more in the can ready to go." That was when it reached Stephen King levels.
Yeah.
Well, and the way
Just
he
a-
adapted like Robert Jordan's like Wheel of Time stuff. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll just finish those 4 books. It's fine.
Just a casual $12 million on Kickstarter raise.
Wild. It is
Anyway,
it is funny,
Not a
though.
sponsor, just really cool.
He probably remembers all of his books though, where Stephen King has freely admitted that some of those books were complete cocaine dreams.
He could probably finish Game of Thrones and not be like disappointing,
Probably could.
and less incest.
The books aren't bad.
They're not. No, I like them.
No,
The TV series leaves
they
a
will
little
just
bit to
never be
desired.
finished. And
Yeah.
even if he does finish them, there's no point in it at this point.
There's still a point. I will be pleased. Just please me, George.
You got a
Me and me
12-year-old cousin
alone.
nearby because he's gonna
No.
write that in.
No,
There we
no,
go.
no, no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
Anyway.
no, no,
Bail.
no. Pull the lever, crunk.
Yeah, I was gonna say for someone that
Why
uses
do
the
we even
step
have
bro
that
line-
lever?
For someone that always uses the step bro line, Dustin, I think you'd be into this
Steve.
incest.
First of all, you chose violence today.
Haley is
of all-
on
I
point.
did.
I'm excited. This is gonna be a good session. Haley is on. Haley is back.
Step Bro
I
is
missed out
not
last week and I'm
true.
feeling angry about it.
Step Bro is not George R.R. Martin incest. Step Bro is black and orange Google incest.
Whatever it
George R.R.
is,
Martin is very much more keep it in the family.
we should. Whatever it
We
is, we
should.
should get to the game.
Yeah.
We should. We are
Please.
looking for. By the way, in case you guys have any ideas, we're looking maybe for a new system away from D&D Beyond. If you guys have any suggestions, we're open to suggestions. We also might be looking for our next campaign, when that ever happens, to step away from 5e entirely for another like long form thing to see. But we're still going to do like large, epic, massive thing, but maybe away from 5e. Just ADHD. We love you guys. Lore Link, also a cool thing. Use it. Just wanted to throw that up again. Again, not sponsor, just I love them. And I didn't know if Luna was in here. I
Go
haven't
show
seen her
Luna
yet.
some love. They put a lot of work into it along with the company they work for.
The rambling. Ramble
We
on.
should just ramble on. We should get started. But I don't remember what to do. Oh yeah, video. Let's watch it.
Motherfucker transition. We'll be back after this transition.
After these messages. We're back. When last we left off, the heroes had returned to Cezanne and had begun their, well, I guess their respective, they executed their respective plans. Void had asked Nemea out on a dinner date, which was finally going to be accomplished. And Alma had plans with a bottle. And it turned out to be a pretty potent bottle, if I recall correctly. It was I think I had you roll a percentile dice, and it was like 50, right? Something like that. 30, no, it was 30 something.
32. I'd be dead if it was 50.
No, you wouldn't. You're fine. That's what Everclear. I mean, if you drank the whole bottle, maybe, but you're fine. Alma took.
What did you just say Everclear was?
No. She said she would be dead with 50, and I said no. I mean, Everclear's a thing.
Yeah.
It's more than 50%.
You still
Yeah,
don't
that's
drink the whole
100%.
bottle.
Yeah, don't
No,
drink
please
the whole
don't.
bottle.
Yeah, no, that's a bad idea. Anyway, Alma had her own plans with the bottle of alcohol, and in the morning, Boris went out to track her and found her. Well, I found remnants of her, and then no, Nemea, I guess was the first one. Nemea went.
Yeah, Nemea went to look first. Nemea's the one who
Nemea
found the
one.
bottle, came
Yes,
back.
and then Chorus went to the temple where
Yes.
Alma had been. Alma had been carried there by the parents of her departed lover,
Orion.
and we all met some of them, and they talked with Chorus a little bit, and they talked with Alma a little bit, and Alma kind of shared some of her concern, her feelings of just that whole unrequited love thing, and it's just the pain and stuff that's going on and not belonging. Boris attempted to, console and share, and Boris also noted while he was talking with Alma, this golden chasm crack type thing over Alma's heart. And after the time with them and the talk with Chorus and talking with Orion's parents, noticed that the crack seemed to fill in with gold. Didn't go away, but it was filled in, kind of like eulogy. Nemea and Void we'll come to you guys afterwards, but we'll just recap. Void had rented out a restaurant for the evening, and they were the only guests here. They had a delightful meal of like a lamb shank, and there was some other roasted vegetables and fruits and berries and all kinds of delicious things, and wine, and a harpist who did not rickroll them even once. And it was a wonderful evening.
Did some dancing.
They did some dancing and some talking and some we'll come back to what also happened right towards the end. While everybody else was doing that, Edie, what did Edie do?
He looks around the empty room, not wondering where everyone went, but just thinking about it, being thinking about where everyone's gone and what everyone's doing. And she is going to hide. And just hide to see who pops back first. She's gonna try and just spook someone.
Not to potentially lump a random scene onto you, but canonically we did say that Edie was there when Nemea first revealed and put the dress on.
Yeah, that's fine, because then that you still would have left after that for the
Yes.
date.
Yeah.
And then Chorus and Alma would have left. So it's not till after that she
Edie's
decides
hiding.
to hide.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Edie, she doesn't do it too early, because otherwise she'd be there for fucking forever. But she feels like once it's gotten to a certain point, she's already fiddled with everyone's things. So if anyone's got anything interesting in their bags, she's for sure knows about it.
Amazing.
And then she just goes and tucks herself up and behind a desk, behind a blanket or a curtain or something.
Since you have
And she's
all
just
the time in the
giggling
world
to
for that,
herself.
roll me
Yeah.
an investigation check with advantage, by the way.
This is
Okay.
very interesting.
And then also, would she put it back how it was? Would she want people to not know? Then also give me a sleight of hand check with advantage.
So both of them were a 17 and an 18 minus 2. So 16 I got. And
Okay.
I'm doing it relatively carefully. I'm not there just pulling things out.
Was that your
But I'm
investigation?
That was my investigation.
Now do a sleight of hand with advantage as well.
18
Okay.
for my sleight of hand.
I would say you were able to find any fun little knickknacks and bobbits that they might have left in their bags that weren't specifically in a bag of holding that you didn't know to pull out, unless you remembered the trick for emptying a bag of holding. And
No.
with an 18 is better than all their passive. For the most part, I think you could put everything back the way you found it without. So if anybody has anything fun, you can message Haley and let her know what kind of fun stuff might have been in there.
Just
Cool.
did.
Yes. I have received messages. I'm very excited.
After these messages.
I feel like Haley's that little raccoon meme of just little going, eh.
Yes.
Everything's coming together. Actually, how long is everyone gone for? Like
Yeah,
a
it's
few
pretty
hours?
much
Hours.
hours at least.
Yeah,
Long
cool.
hours.
Beautiful. So she got time. She is going to use a spell slot, and I will tell Dustin what it
Ooh.
is.
I like this
And
one.
she actually no, fuck it. It's you guys can all know. It's not gonna matter. You guys know the game.
Oh,
She she props Ellie up onto her her chest. She actually has the crop top of the what is it, bark skin
Bark?
armor. And so she sucks in her titties and then just pushes Ellie down in between them, props the head right here, and then
Ellie's
casts
just motor
comprehend
button.
languages. And she's going
Shit!
to read as much as she can of the things that she's finding.
oh my.
Interesting.
Shit!
Oh my.
Would
that
she have-
sounds like a
Alright.
you problem, Taylor.
Would she have looked through Void's bag of holding / the group's bag of holding that Void carries?
She would have reached in and thought about the journal that she made for you.
She gets it. Okay, I need to send you stuff after this then.
Cool.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
so do I.
So would
Yeah.
just want to be mindful, would she have had the foresight to get all the books together before casting comprehend language so she had it all set out in front of her?
Comprehend languages last for an hour, so you can
Right.
tell me. I feel like I came across Nemea's stuff first, cast it, and then probably doubled back for other bits. But probably spent the most with Nemea's before remembering that other people have things too.
Okay, yeah, just let me know how many spell slots you're using then, because I just wanted to give you the best time.
I will use fuck it. I'm going to use 2 first level spell slots because I've got lots of sorcery points to move around if any
There we go.
emergencies happen.
I love it.
So for 2 hours, I have readability.
I love that so much.
And then everything gets put back exactly where she kept it, and then she hides under the desk to do it. And she's like, this is why the 50-50 exists. Not for you guys, but... so not for me, but for you guys. You don't leave me alone with your things.
Amazing.
What a way to come back. I'm so here for it. Okay, so send her anything she might have found and any books she might have had. We will come back now to Void and Nemea. You guys have been on your date. Void has... You kind of have started winding down and sitting down. I believe you're sitting down on top of a building, if I remember
Mhm.
correctly. And Void sat next to Nemea and put his hand down kind of in the space between yours, next to you. And then you put your hand down next to theirs. But there was no touching,
No hand
there
holding
was
in this
no
Christian
hand-holding.
Minecraft server.
but there was absolutely some, just that, you're feeling the heat. You said, basically it was split by, a piece of paper length.
A piece of paper would crinkle getting
Right.
between.
So that is where we are picking back up with not touching, but in each other's presence.
How much do you trust me?
A lot.
Stand up.
I'll stand.
I will stand up as well. And then I sort of grab you by the shoulders, push back in, and turn you so that your back is facing the drop, and push you so that you fall.
Void falls.
And then I jump after into a steep nosedive, catch, and then just soar through the city for a little bit, to add a bit more fun back into the night, and then eventually the dipping and weaving in between buildings and sort of soaring over the people, enjoying their gasps of whoa, as we go over their heads and that sort of stuff, to eventually just coasting back to where we're staying.
Void is definitely having some I'm the king of the world style yips and shouts as they fly. That was terrifying, even if I'm pretty sure I knew what you were doing.
Wings are great, but they can fail.
I'm glad they didn't this time.
I wasn't going to let them. Land.
Before we go in, I'd like to spend the night with you, like it was kind of in the cave. Just us. And if that's too much, that's okay. I just want you to know that that's what I want.
I don't think Edie would approve.
If you'd like to blame it on her, that's okay.
Edie gave her blessing to Void before he left for the night.
She said that she wouldn't mind if we broke the 50-50 rule.
You just have to check in, that's all.
We just have to check in. I'm remembering this in the moment.
Okay. May's like, what the fuck is she? I'd like that too, but maybe not tonight.
That's okay. Are you still too nervous when it's just us?
Not so much nervous. Well, yeah, definitely that. Also, this was a lot, in a good way, in a really good way, and I don't want to ruin it by chickening out or getting overly. I don't know. It's yeah.
There's nothing you could do to ruin this.
There's a challenge there, and I don't want to take it. But yeah, I just not tonight. Shall I go in?
Yeah.
And I'll hold my arm out.
Step through.
Go back into. Are we at the discreet flame, or are we at a
I
fresh
believe we're still at
start?
the discreet flame.
Okay.
We haven't
okay.
moved to. We talked about a fresh start is habitable. We have not technically moved over there.
It was not. It was. They were basically they'd got the base paints and stuff down.
Yeah.
But the design and stuff still needed to be done, so it was not ready to be taken over. You guys went on your date. We didn't ever specifically discuss which place, but it was not the discreet flame that you guys were at, because that was your place of.
Yeah, that's
like,
what
Yeah,
where
that's
we were
where we're
staying.
staying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks again for saying yes.
I'm sorry it took me so long.
No, I understand why. That's okay. It gave me time to think about things more, and that's good.
Make sure to give that busy mind of yours a rest every now and again too.
I do. And next time, if you want a next time, we could just go get some shakshuka and walk through the gardens like you said. Keep it simple.
That'd be nice.
So you do want a next time.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I'm just checking in.
I think there could be a next time.
Well, we should go in. And we walk inside.
And during the nighttime, what were the others doing while they were out on their date? Because Alma and Chorus was kind of during the day for the most part.
Yeah.
Would you have guys been doing anything that night? Alma, knowing what was going on?
Alma would, since she had made the plans with Orion's parents for them to come back to the Discreet Flame for dinner.
Okay.
She would have, no, she would have been like getting things ready, so to speak, and just doing that.
Okay.
And just kind of waiting for them downstairs. But she would have been sticking with Chorus basically the entirety of the day. Not really leaving his side too
Okay.
much.
Chorus, was there anything you were...
Codlin's dying.
Colin, you
Is he
okay?
dying?
I'm great.
polycule
I'm doing
bear-
great. Ugh.
Oh,
Chorus would just be hanging out and doing nothing special.
so I don't know if Orion's
Then-
parents would have shown up already. or
Yeah,
not, so-
absolutely. They can have showed up anytime we want because this is how it works.
The
So-
power of imagination.
So they speed up or they show up, and we'll fast forward to their dinner.
Mhm.
Well, it's good to see you again and get your on your feet a little better.
I'm grateful for being a cleric, at least. I can take care of myself a little bit.
I imagine. Nice to see you again, Chorus.
Hello.
Where's the rest of your friends?
Two of them are indisposed at the moment.
Ah.
But
IBS,
Edie-
I get it.
But Edie should be around somewhere, I
Oh.
think.
Do you want to go find her? We'd like to meet her.
Sure. I'll go look for Edie. Don't grill Chorus too much while I'm gone, please.
No, we make no promises.
I know you don't. Still thought I would. Or vocalize it anyway. And I'll get up and I'll go look for Edie.
Question. When have I already read the stuff by this point, or is
Oh,
it in
absolutely.
the middle
Oh, yeah.
of, or
Yeah.
done?
I'd
Okay.
say you've had a chance to read pretty much everything.
Done. Beautiful. Excellent. So everything's back to normal, and now I'm hiding. Cool. So you walk into the room, and you see that there is like a entire blanket draped over like a little desk, and you just see like a tiny little tail poking out one side and giggling happening on one corner because I did not roll well for my stealth check.
Well, you rolled higher than their passive.
That's true. That is true. I'm there. You can hear me giggling though. That's just
Okay.
easy for you.
Yeah, Alma will walk in and then she'll hear the giggling kind of like looking around like, where the hell? And then she'll inch towards the desk. And just kind of lean a little bit. She'll have like her arms crossed.
As soon as I hear the footsteps, I cast Misty Step behind Alma and go boom. Did I get you?
Well, you certainly surprised me.
Nailed it. Well,
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
nailed it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. You right?
No.
You didn't even smile. I like reach up and I just put my thumbs on like the corners of your mouth and I just.
I don't know how practical this portion is, dear, but I'll smile at least for you.
I let go. You
It's
just
hard.
like taste chocolate, like. What's up?
Well, Orion's parents are here. I
Oh.
ran into them in the temple, and they are eager to meet you.
Meet me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Easy peasy. I follow Alma downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You head downstairs and you see this nice dwarven couple sitting at the table with Chorus. Chorus, they've not been grilling you too hard. They've honestly been more just asking you questions about your past a little bit. They're not the kind of people that pry. So they're kind of feeling like, what do you feel safe volunteering? And then they're not going to
They're
dig
just
beyond.
sitting there in horror as Chorus pours out his entire life story. All of the times he's been stabbed, all of the other stuff.
Then I tried to kill myself for 7 years. That didn't really work.
Yep, something along those lines. They're just feeling like maybe they need to open up a bit, an orphanage now to start adopting people like you who have serious trauma. But no, they're very understanding people and just are very much, the kind of people that make you feel safe as well. Like, oh, is this what like having a caring person in my life might have felt like? Oh, God.
Chorus had a caring person in his life. One. They probably remind him of Emerald a
That
lot.
died horribly.
Nah, Emerald's still alive.
Emmer's still kicking.
So, bam!
I was thinking of the wrong person.
Because you weren't Edie and Alma wasn't gone that long, so they come back. This is Edie, you said.
Yes.
Well, Edie, aren't you a lovely lass? You're quite
Okay.
lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, hi, you're welcome.
I curtsy.
Oh, she's fancy.
Am I on? Alma, are you going to sell me?
No, honey, no.
What is happening? Am I on show?
No.
No,
My
Alright.
just, we're friends of Alma's and from before, and she wanted to have us come over for dinner, and while we were here, we just wanted to meet her other friends that are keeping her safe.
Alright. That's cool.
But
Just,
yeah,
like, comments like that are really intense for meeting
Oh.
someone for the first time, just so you know.
oh,
Chorus is over
Interesting.
here still just like rambling about all of the things.
Thank
Well,
you. Yes, I know I'm quite lovely. Yes.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're yes.
It's been 4 or 5 years since I last saw them, Edie. So.
It's been a while.
Mhm.
It's been
That's what we said.
forever since I saw you last.
We have dinner though, Edie. If you are hungry, I could always
What's for
grab you a
dinner?
bowl. Well, the kitchen was a bit sparse, so only some jelly rolls, I think, for dessert. But
Sure. What is a jelly roll?
the Yule log things where you have like the cake and then it's all the jam that's in the middle and you like roll up the whole thing.
Do you know what Swiss rolls are?
No.
You need to watch the.
Oh,
Great
is it like
British
that thing?
Bake
It's
Off.
got like a layer of cream in it too.
Yeah,
And jam in like a spiral.
and jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they? I don't even know what they.
I don't know what they're called. We have them. I just don't know what they're called.
They're called a
prob-
jelly
it's
roll
prob-
or Yule
It's
Jammy
log.
probably
spiral
just some
cream
silly
rolls.
like a. It's probably it's probably just like a jam and cream roll. Like it literally scroll.
Or it's one of those things that has like completely nonsense name, like a Twix-It. Like,
Yes, we use scroll for a lot of our spiral based food names.
Ah.
So I would say
Oh.
They are,
probably like a jam
Swiss
and cheese
cakes.
scroll.
Oh, Swiss cake.
Never heard of it.
There you go.
Swiss
They're
cake.
Swiss cakes here. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Swiss-
Okay. And for
Or
dinner,
jam sponge.
jam sponge. That's what I've heard.
Jam sponge. Ah.
I thought you were just gonna
Hmm.
say sponge. It's that's my migraine brain working because my meds haven't kicked in yet.
Sponge.
There you go.
Ah.
Well, and then there's roast, or there's some different soups that are available too.
Yeah, excellent. There needs to be at least 3 courses for it to be a meal.
Well, I'll go grab you some.
Beautiful. Excellent. And I'm gonna plop myself down across from Chorus.
And I'll go get the food.
All right. So, Boris has been telling us about himself a little bit. You know that we're not slave trade. Well, some of his more interesting wounds where they've come from. Also about some of the people that he's met and traveled with. I believe he was also telling us about that lovely little creature that he carries around with him currently. Seems to be something he's kind of attached to. It is quite a lovely specimen of a hippogriff.
Is it? Is it a good one?
A good one,
Do you
yeah.
know much about them?
A little bit. We've done some time in the wilderness studying a little bit.
Why?
Just looking around, just getting a feel for the land and seeing what's out there.
What for?
Curiosity, mostly.
Like, is that your job, or was it just as you were coming, or why?
Just, there was the question of, hey, what's out there? Let's go see. No other reason, really. It was just a time to go learn. Have you ever taken a break from, like, your everyday life just to go explore?
No, I
Oh.
haven't. But I mean, I got
well-
forced to.
Forced to? That sounds awful. What do you mean?
It happens. Well, I was home, and then I got taken on a little walk, and then I woke up in a different plane of existence. So I think adventure came to me.
That sounds interesting. It's most fortunate then that you found these friends here that you found.
Yeah.
Not everybody gets so lucky. We're normally stonemasons. We work with a stone, we sing to the stone. But in this instance, we took a time to just wander and answer questions.
Interesting. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Life is I mean, even as long as it can be for some of us, it's still too short not take time for yourself every once in a while. You know?
Oh, I understand that you know. You seem to feel like you know it. I can see that.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Would
You
you
just
sometimes
you seem
life you can't take time for yourself. You can't. So it just is what it is. But it's good that you believe that. And I look at them like agreeing that I believe that they believe it.
you seem very defensive. Have we offended you in some way?
No, sorry. The god that sits behind my eyes is a bit on edge this morning. Feeling a bit feisty. So sometimes the things that I say come through that way. But that's not me. That's this little guy, and she like flicks Ellie's head.
The gods. The gods are sometimes.
The gods, no! She's a doll, and I pick her up and I flop it at her and I put her back.
But you said anyway. Well, it is lovely to meet you, and
I know.
I'm glad you're humble.
What is humble?
You'll
I
learn
have.
about
She like pulls out the toilet paper from her pocket. She like pulls out like a big long line of it. She just double checks those ones. She's just like, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be necessary. And she like rolls up the toilet paper. In 4 days, I'll know. She tucks it back in.
Good to be regular.
Well, no, I mean that there's 4 squares until I get to the word.
Well, sure. And if you go every day, that means you'll get there in 4 days.
Yes.
So it's good to be regular.
Yeah, I guess so. I thought you were being sarcastic about
No.
me not needing to poop until 4 days.
No, it's very important to poop regularly.
Yes.
This is good dinner conversation.
It is. It is good dinner conversation.
We agree. What's your best poop?
I think
I'd pull
Alma
it
will
out
come back.
I'd pull it out of my pocket. I've collected it.
Oh, God.
I'm just joking.
Alma will come right back at that point with the food
Spills
for
the
eating.
pellets onto his plate.
That's an unfortunate time to come back.
It's just a loose handful of pellets.
Are those
And she like
Maltesers?
So it's not really chocolate that's been on her hands.
It better fucking not have
It
been, I
tastes
swear
like
to
it,
God.
though. Nah, she does. She absolutely does not do this. This was an intrusive thought that won out loud.
I love you so much.
She looks at them and she's just like, I'll tell you about it later. She sees Alma walking up with a plate of food.
Oh, good, I missed it, thank God.
They look at you. Deal. Alma, welcome back. We were just discussing a little bit about your friend Edie here. She's quite
I
the
don't like
quite
talking
the
about myself, honestly.
she's quite the wonderful, wonderful young lady. You have some good friends.
Yeah. A few, at least.
I'm great.
And I'll put the food down in front of Edie just so that she has something, and I'll sit next to Orion's parents. Edie, that's scalding hot, dear.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So, what brings you to the city?
I'll look towards Edie and Chorus just because of the whole we can't say anything because of the king part. Because I don't want to let any details slip, so to speak.
Smart.
Well,
Edie and Chorus, historically fantastic at that.
well, we're on an errand, for lack of a better word, and just trying to make ends meet, at least for now. But we'll be picking up a lot of work within the next while, I think. We'll be kept very busy.
Well, busy is always better than being idle.
Mm-hmm. Just knowing everything that's happened, and it's just like, but we are planning on actually making a tavern here.
Oh, tell us about that.
It's called A Fresh Start. We have some staff actively working on it.
You have staff.
Yeah, we only allow brand new adventurers to come in. This is a meeting point. This is the corner for all the creepy people with hoods that stand on their own waiting for their name to be called, like Mr. X and...
That over there is Strider.
Yes, exactly. They give out quests to the new adventurers.
Roll a deception check.
I'm telling the truth.
That was such a good line delivery from Colin. I just knocked the shit
Really
out of my
was.
elbow on my desk, laughing so hard.
Only true nerds will get that
28.
reference.
All right.
Fuck.
I have
Great.
advantage rolling deception checks.
Ah.
I like bring the coat over the top of my face as I say it.
You fey, you.
Sounds most interesting.
It's still in the very beginning of the works, but
Well, are you needing any help or any advisors? Anything at all?
well, depending on the plans at least, we only just started bare bone basics, but I would imagine we could always rely on you for stonework at that.
Of course, we'd be happy to volunteer some time. And I did say volunteer. You might pay for materials, but we'll do the work for free.
You know I would pay you fully, right?
Unnecessary. You're still family. You'll always be family.
Yeah. But we'll be leaving town within the next day or so, I think, but Saison's becoming our home base.
It's a nice place. For a big city. It's a shame about the king. He was a good man.
Oh. What happened?
King is dead.
Oh.
Surely you'd heard. You've been in the city. It's not something that's been kept quiet.
We've been a little distracted with some other work, so our visits here have been short-lived.
But you've set up a establishment and a home base, you said, so you have to have some idea of what's going on in this city you're calling home.
Yeah, we were aware that the king died. I mean, it's fairly wide knowledge here.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, like months ago though. It's like old news.
Right. But we were just saying that it's a shame because he was a good man. And we hope that
Yeah.
his replacement is...
I didn't know him.
As much as any monarch can be a good man.
Well, they all have their faults, I'm sure.
You were talking about a replacement?
Well, somebody has to run the kingdom in his place. The council can't do it forever.
King chorus. King chorus.
That's all.
King
That's already
chorus.
AMAB is already a thing.
I know. I
No,
was
it doesn't
hoping
work.
that people would get the distinction
Yeah.
in this context that I meant AMAB as in all monarchs are bastards.
Yes, we got you.
King chorus of defenestrations.
Oh, God.
That's
That one there isn't in the next 7 days. What word is that?
Defenestration means to throw someone out of a window.
That's
It's a very fancy word for.
Ordo.
Yeet!
that's more of a next round of toilet paper kind of thing, not just a single roll.
That's the 4-ply, not the 2-ply sheets for for
Right.
larger words.
if you ever want to be thrown out of a window, I could definitely just make it happen in any place that we are. Even if there's no windows.
Neat.
Inside joke.
You would have to be, I would suppose, because otherwise, if you're outside, there's not many windows.
Dad, that's not what I meant.
I was just playing along.
I know. Regardless.
You see, because it was a joke about windows, and windows. Never mind.
Regardless, we'll be in and out of the city for a little bit, but could I come visit from time to time, or you come back here?
I'd be upset if you didn't. Again, you're still family. So don't be a stranger.
I won't.
Gonna hold you to it.
Ahmad, could you do a favor for me?
What would you like?
I don't know when you sang to the ancestors last, but a little extra prayer for us. Or at least for me.
I'll say a little prayer for you. Ever and ever, stay in my heart and ever. As soon as I was like, I have to say the line. Of course. For all of you.
Thank you.
Because, again, you're still family. You'll always be family. And you'll always have a home. I fear that's not your place right now. And I think you still have a lot of discovery you need to do about yourself. But you'll always have a place with us. We'll even make you a new bed. A little more sturdy.
So the last one you never fixed?
I mean, it seemed pointless at that point. We just kind of threw it out.
Hmm. Wow.
But I don't think we're here for that. What's for dessert?
The jelly roll. I can go and grab a couple more. Chorus, did you want a slice?
Sure.
Edie,
Right.
you look like a girl who likes desserts. What's your favorite dessert?
I will go grab the desserts while they're asking that question. I think you just broke her brain.
She's speechless. I wasn't sure such a thing existed.
Edie's got better knowledge than body issues, so she's going to let that one slide. But
That was me talking, not them.
she has a think about it. For a moment. She's just like, I like all food, I think. It's all great.
Edie recalls the one time she did not like all food.
I was gonna say the Gale Fall cookie. The cookie that shan't be remembered.
Raisins. Was it raisins?
It was the healthy
dried
raisins
fruit.
and nuts and like all that other stuff that was in the cookie. Yep.
Except for one. One thing. And she like does that little like that half like retch.
The dry heave.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I had a cookie, and we tried to split it.
Even the idea of splitting a cookie, he's like, no.
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 A cookie worth having is never worth splitting.
No. All mine, bitch.
This is
Um,
why he
That's
gets plenty.
that's wise words.
Yes. Except for, you will remember the only time that she has split something in half and shared it is with Adriel.
Mm-hmm.
Alma will come back though with a slice for everyone and then an extra one just for eating.
Nice.
A full like jelly roll for her.
A full log for eating.
Have at it.
She just picks it up and eats it like a hot dog. Like,
I thought you were gonna do like a cob of corn, just like this.
Oh, yeah. Just eat the spiral until it gets to the center. That's exactly what
Amazing.
happens. She gets a couple of
Amazing.
chopsticks, sticks it in the center side. Nah, it would make way more sense that she just sticks her fingers directly
Yep.
into the thing and like just does it that way.
Exactly. Don't need silverware.
Fuck silverware.
Fuck the police.
Yeah.
Apparently, I said that out loud.
Yeah, and then Alma will sit back down after giving everybody a slice.
Yeah, she will.
Not that. She'll just keep eating with everybody. Until I'd imagine everyone's in the food coma that usually comes after a large meal.
The meal passes. Eventually, day 4 for Edie. You guys have dinner. Eventually, Void and Nemea come back while you guys are maybe wrapping up your dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the look on Alma's face, Void will feel Nemea's arm tense and sort of move as though she's about to drop it. And then it stays.
Void gives a little squeeze back. Like it would be like finger squeeze if they were holding hands, but just like.
Oh, I was just thinking they were like locking.
Yeah, so like
Locked arms,
crook of the
yeah.
arm squeeze.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go upstairs and change and then come back. I don't know what to do now.
Don't worry. I'm glad you two had fun. And I'll just go grab the plates and start putting them away in the kitchen.
Edie's gonna help and follow you.
You're just going into the kitchen of the
Just helping
inn
yourself
and just
There's
in-
no
doing-
wait staff apparently.
checking to see what's happening here. Okay.
Where are we? Because I
We're
think
at
this is
the
the, I think we're all
discrete
confused.
Flame.
We're at the discreet flame.
Yeah, we are not at our.
What? Why? Why are we not at our place?
You don't
I did
have
not come
your place.
here. Full stop.
your-
Then I did. Then you can retcon this entire thing. I did not leave the house. How would you have found me upstairs and then brought me all the way to the discreet flame when I was hiding upstairs in the
We were
room?
at the discreet flame the whole
We were
time.
at
That's
the
where our
discreet
bags
flame.
were.
Yeah. Your place is not ready for habitation yet.
It doesn't have any
basically-
furniture, anything
they've-
in it.
They've got it
Oh.
cleaned. They've got like a base coat of paint so you guys can paint however you want. And you weren't here for that description.
Ah, okay.
Basically
makes
it's
sense then.
ready to be decorated at this point, but it has not been set up for you guys because you hadn't decided exactly what you wanted yet.
In terms of where we are with like using that place as a place to stay, that morning Void and Chorus had talked about like, oh, so we could like camp out there with like bedrolls and stuff, but we'd have to like clear out all the time
Yeah.
because workers are coming in to like finish it off.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We could just say we've taken over the discreet flame and kicked everyone else out.
Yeah.
So then ignore that part then, because I'm not serving myself. And I also would have ordered something completely different. I thought that Alma was cooking for us.
I didn't know what Alma was doing. She's like, there's not much food. It's like, okay, I mean there
She
is,
was just
but whatever.
improvising. No one stopped
Yeah.
Yeah,
her.
it's fine.
She was
Yeah.
uncontrolled.
This is what happens
Unfettered
when
improv.
I don't rein in the stuff. You guys just
Edie finally sits up and looks around the room and's like, wait a second, we're in a restaurant. I could have ordered my own food. Where did you get this food from? How did you bring it here? Did you
Don't
walk
worry
through the
about
front
it.
door with this?
Don't worry about it.
Alma prepared create food and water that morning.
this
Alma
is so
needed
great.
Alma needed something to distract herself. We had like 8 hours in between when we did the first session and then the last one. So
Alma walked into the kitchen of the Discreet Flame, and everyone was gonna be like, ah, and they saw her face, and they were like, nah, you go ahead.
Start creeping up, weird claw thing in the background. Like, nope, she works here now.
The Corey shadows just.
I'm gonna take it and run with it. That's exactly what happened.
Now this is your family. Now we.
Okay,
Look at
I
me.
don't follow
I'm the
Alma because
captain
that would be weird. I am going to message Chorus in my head, in his head, and say, can you explain why Alma is so upset right now? Like, what's the nuance? Why am I not understanding, like...
Asking Chorus for nuance is an insane thing to do.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Alright, well, full honesty here, I'm only picking up from like halfway through what has all happened. This all kind of came out of left field for me too. From what I know, Alma had feelings for Void and expressed them. They were non-requited, and so now she's dealing with that, but more with that, like, kicking up prior trauma and history and stuff. It's not so much necessarily, like, just the Void thing. It's a bunch of other stuff. And then it also just sort of happened at a bad time that Void and Nemea decided to do their thing. Yeah.
Random.
Yeah, that's
Another message gets sent and it's just like, I didn't think about prior things. Okay, well then if this is just something that they need to deal with, then they just need to get over it, really.
Right, just take the feelings and push them down.
Exactly. Like everyone does, right?
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, I am starting to think that maybe this is not the best
but
strategy, Edie.
I turn to you and I look you in the face and say this out loud, and I say, but are you miserable? Because I'm not. And then I look at Alma's face, like, just how, like, miserable they look. Like, if feeling your feelings makes you feel like that, then I'm good. Like, I'm fine.
I think however you need to process is great, and then however other people process is fine too.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I'm with
difference
you.
Between processing and doing that whole ring of death thing, which I imagine is constant, whether or not we're seeing it or not.
I think that was just a physical manifestation of what was going on there. It happens sometimes.
I guess so.
I mean, it happened. I've got my whole weird wing thing and eyes. Like, I think that's all, you know, when you got a little bit of, when you're a little bit of a spicy human, you sometimes just have things that show up like that.
That's a spicy human.
You're not a-
Humanoid.
You're not a, like, human, and I, like, flick you on the nose.
I mean, wait, did you say I'm not a human?
You're not human?
I mean, my parents were.
What? And my parents were goats. No, they weren't. What do you mean?
I mean, I would assume your parents were also satyrs.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
satyrs.
My parents were human, and I was.
They
born...
had a magic baby.
Yeah, I mean.
But no magic plus no magic equals no magic. This is the math I am acquainted with.
No, No magic. Normal human plus God sort of getting involved means celestial child.
Your
I don't know
parents
what
were
my parents said.
freaky parents.
Yeah. I'll be
Was-
right back. Sorry,
do you
I have
know
to
the
run.
third one?
Just real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay,
1 second.
that's fine. We'll pause this conversation because Edie's about to ask which god was the third parent.
This is-
But we
this is-
will mention a good time to mention our sponsors.
This is a perfect time to cut in for meta speak. With Alma having left the table, Void was going to attempt to lead Nemea over to join Edie, Chorus, and the dwarves.
You just see them staring at each other while you can tell messages are being sent backwards and forwards.
Didn't it reach a certain impasse, and then it was like
No,
all
just
out
those
loud?
words. Nah, just that part was out loud. So
Yeah.
just the if being like if not pushing it, whatever I said. If
Yeah.
not pushing it down makes me feel like that, I don't want to feel like that. Like
So we did not get
After-
to hear your parents were kinky with a god.
Damn it!
dang.
All right, sorry, I'm back.
That's fine. Yeah, maybe that last part. Yeah, this question is out loud because I'm exhausted, and I just say, which god was the third?
I don't think you might have been saying all this. Chorus was just talking out loud this whole time, so it's not in message back.
Beautiful. Then it was out
Yeah.
loud.
I mean, that's not quite what I meant by that, but
Oh.
you know, I had human parents that I assume had a baby the way humans do, and I guess Matrix, you know, little divine intervention, sprinkling of some divine
So Matrix
seasoning.
has been fucking with you since birth.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Do you know if it
Born.
was the old Matrix or the new Matrix that did this?
no idea. I've only ever talked to Zaroon, but
This would
Do you have
explain.
any birthmarks that were there before you got your tattoos?
all of my tattoos. None of these tattoos are tattoos. They were all here.
Or when you were born,
Yeah.
not when you made a deal.
No. Well, the ones that were from the deal are from
That's what
that
I'm
deal,
asking. What are
but-
how are they different? How are the tattoos different? Ones that you were born with versus the ones that you were given. How are they different?
I mean, they're fairly similar. They're all. I mean,
Same style, same vibe.
I've got one that's a mark of Matrix and is like on Chorus's shoulder.
Which one does it match? The shield, the old shield that we found, or is it the new Matrix symbol?
Not the symbol. Hold on, I'll share these in the Sunset channel because
You understand what I'm asking?
Yeah,
you
I do.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes. Okay.
that is the mark of Matrix.
Where is that?
In the Sunset
What's
of Vengalia.
On the main Tails channel. Tails Discord. Which, by the way, we have a Discord. Pya. Do we
Yeah,
have a-
come join our Discord. You can
Sorry,
see all the
damn
fun
it.
stuff that we have.
Oh, I understand.
And then
That was not spelled right.
Discord.
Discord.
Join our Discord,
My
everybody.
typos are not quite as legible as Haley's.
If you join our Discord, we will tell you to join the Discord.
He is brother in my assholes. That's a Borat reference.
And neither of those symbols match the old or the new Matrix symbol.
No. The new and the old Matrix symbol are both the same thing. One is just more of a like natural, looks like twigs kind of intertwined. The other one is a like
Hard geometry.
hard edged. Yeah.
So it match. So
geometry.
then it does match the newer one. If
No.
We're talking about hard lines and geometry. No.
I mean, yes and no. Yeah, kind of. Like
Okay.
those are just I found a thing
you're
that
like-
makes
you're like-
sense, but
This is nothing. So shut up, Haley.
No. I mean,
Easy peasy.
so I have Chorus has a mark of Matrix that is
Yeah.
that he was born with. That is like the thing that identifies the fact that before he ever had like celestial powers show up, that he was
Yes.
not just like a normal human.
Yeah, let me see it.
It's the one that's on his shoulder.
Okay.
It's visible.
Now it's the one you were born with.
Yes, and then the deal that he made with with Malchus and Zaroon that he was essentially like the parchment for the deal,
Gave you the same fucking tattoo.
is a similar one in a different spot.
That's suspicious as fuck, Chorus.
I mean, Zaroon was a servant of Matrix up until now. It's, not that suspicious.
Were they?
But
Don't be suspicious.
All right. What do you mean, what deal?
yeah, you know this.
deal?
Yeah, you know this. You know this, Taylor.
I
The
don't
deal.
remember. I'm having
Chorus.
Oh.
no.
Chorus was
Chorus,
the parchment
yes.
/ ink for the pact between Malchus and Zaroon.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he tried to
So-
cut out of his skin.
So, and when he cut it out, and it was
That's
like
when the tendrils
ooh,
and stuff came up.
growing back, it was like, is Malchus dead? Remember when we both were gonna give him the scrying eye? And,
Yeah.
well, you
This is a thing Taylor totally remembers.
you
Anyway,
two have
this
been
has
having
been-
a very interesting dinner.
Yes, this has been an ADHD conversation where we start with one thing and then it turns into a whole new thing. Sorry about that. Yeah. So,
Who are your friends? Pointing at the dwarves.
I don't know.
Just some people.
Orion's parents,
Oh,
maybe.
Oh.
Maybe.
Was it Orion or was it?
Yeah. Yes,
Hey,
it's,
I
they're
just met
Orion
Or
you.
was Zorro? Okay, yeah, cool. Orion.
it's nice to meet you. I'm Void.
Lovely to meet you too, Void.
Hi, I'm Nemea.
Nemea? You look lovely, both of you. Have you been having a special evening?
Yeah.
That's good. It's important to, as I was telling Edie earlier, it's important to sometimes just go out and do things for yourself and take the time to enjoy the moments.
Yeah.
Edie,
It was fun.
you disagree with that?
Oh, sometimes you just can't. That's all.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I wasn't talking about taking a night out for dinner. I was talking about changing your whole life and going in a different direction just because you feel like it. Sometimes. You
Oh,
can't do that.
is that what you thought we were doing?
That's
no,
what you
we
said.
just-
You said you went out and changed your life to go adventurers and
Oh,
learn
we
about
didn't say-
hippogriffs.
No, we just said we took a season, like a vacation.
Like a sabbatical.
I don't know
Yeah.
what any of those words mean.
It's
Well-
a temporary life change just to mix it up. See what a different path would look
So-
like, and then you come back. But it's always with
So
the
you-
intent that you come back.
Like,
For
you know,
how
like,
long?
well, sometimes you just take a vacation. Like a couple of weeks sometimes. It could
Did
be.
you just go on vacation? And I look towards Nemea and Void. So that's you're taking a new direction in your life, yes?
That's loaded. No?
So then it's not the same thing. And I look towards the dwarfs and I'm like, you guys are very confusing.
I'm confused
They
now
didn't
too.
they didn't go on vacation, no.
Who?
Void and I didn't go on vacation, but I think they did. It's like going to
But they said it was the
a
same
different
thing.
country to go on Serafifi.
Like the beach.
Sarah
Like the beach.
We are very confused as to what's going on right now.
It's like going to Africa to go on safari for a bit, but I'm like, wait, does this exist?
You were just like, I don't know how to replace these proper nouns with anything, so I'll just make some shit up.
Exactly.
That was
Exactly.
Sarah, were you trying to say safari?
Yeah. No, I knew.
Oh.
I knew.
You're just
I
trying to make a
mispronounced-
fantasy version of the
Yeah.
word safari.
This world
Yeah.
wouldn't have safaris, they have Seraphis.
Outstanding.
I love a Serafifi.
Should get a Seraphifi hat.
We have those. I know what those are. We had them all the time. I get it now. But you didn't go on a Serafifi. You went on a date.
Provefafi.
That's all. I just don't like when people say that things are the same when they're not. That's the end of my explanation to why I disagreed.
Void checks in with, visually checks in with Nemea when Edie phrases it as a date. Just to see her reaction.
Maya doesn't disagree. I think we've missed a lot of context in this conversation.
Maybe we should change and then come back and rejoin when... Yeah?
I know that we're very confused.
Yep. Can I roll or like just check in with Alma? Like, well,
She's
I
not
feel
even
like
there.
Alma's giving. Oh,
Or
she
is
hasn't
she
come
there?
back yet.
No, she still would be in the kitchen. She's basically distracting herself with like cleaning the plates and whatnot, and like not leaving. The
No
kitchen.
one's going near her.
But she hasn't made any attempts to like come out or like listen at the door or anything like that. So
Well,
Did Alma get a job here?
I don't know. She's been gone a while. I might actually just turn in for the night. I feel like I've maybe interrupted something. You're Orion's parents. I feel like you should be spending time with Alma. And I think we should speak with the council tomorrow about our latest discoveries.
Wait, speak with the council.
We do odd jobs for them. Sort of...
Yeah.
Then how did you not know that the king was dead, Alma?
Yeah. I think we
Alma
were just
hasn't come back
confused
yet.
enough. I think Alma was just confused about what you were asking. We knew that the king was dead before before we came to Saison. Alma found out because she came to ask for some help from the king.
Well, then it definitely seems like she would have known that the king was dead.
She definitely
Never mind.
did.
It is. Your secrets are your own. But maybe do a better job with your cover stories. We're not going to pry, but
That's fucking rude.
wow.
What made you think that we were lying?
Well, she clearly lied.
Alma
She has
didn't
her
lie,
reasons.
she misspoke.
I mean, if you say so.
What
I
did
do say
Alma
so.
say?
They mentioned that the king was dead, and Alma asked, "What do you mean?" But that doesn't mean that she doesn't know. She was asking what you meant.
Okay.
Because word had traveled. Maybe she was confused as about how quickly word had traveled. She's not a
Okay.
liar.
Okay. I'm just saying, we're safe people. We're not going to pry. We're not going to go poking into your business because it's none of ours. But if you are going to be around other people who might not be as safe, it might be worth it to have your story more aligned.
I want to cast detect magic.
Go ahead.
I do that. I'm going to eye them down and see if they've got any kajiggers on them.
Any glamours, illusions,
Or
backward
anything's in their
hands.
pockets. The speaking stone that's recording this conversation as we speak.
You gotta tell me if you're a cop.
You cast detect magic. The only magic that comes back is the things that you guys have on your persons.
Are copious amounts of...
They do not appear to have any magical items on them. They are both wearing relatively simple clothing. He does have like more of like a leather armor kind of straps with his robe, but nothing that he's carrying seems out of the ordinary. I'm sorry if we upset you. Again, Alma's family, and we won't pry. We just want to make sure that you're keeping her safe.
You'll just make snide comments.
Not a
at the
snide comment.
expense of someone that's not even here.
Not a snide comment. More rather just trying to help you keep your cover intact. Because again, we're not going to pry. That's not our business. But there are others who might. Not everybody wants the best for the king or for you.
The king is dead.
Long live
How
the
can they
king.
not want the?
What the fuck? Can I do an insight check?
I was
What the
gonna-
fuck is
Yeah,
happening
this
right
is
now?
sus as
Check, do they
fuck.
know? What the fuck is going on?
No, that's a God in England. The king is dead. Long live the king.
But you do that after a new one has been crowned.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was just me. That was just me responding
There's
because of my
that
ADHD.
call and response has a purpose.
I'm wondering how much of this
But
conversation
my
is.
ADHD is on fire. So
Yeah, I wasn't sure
And
how much of
also,
it is
can
ADHD.
I please roll my deception check that to have them believe the things that I've been saying rather than them continue to act this way as if they've picked. Like, did you get Alma to roll earlier, and this is how they're being so suspicious as to what's going on?
Haley, I have not rolled anything. I swear, I have not rolled
no,
anything.
Alma just said the king was dead, or she didn't know the king was dead. If you guys work for the council, it would be fairly common knowledge.
Long story short, she was trying to like not involve them in that, trying to like.
She was trying to make the conversation stop and ended up making a thing happen on accident.
That, like, you know, like going into a dance and announcing that you are a certain person that's been wanted for a while. Things happen sometimes when
Yeah.
the words slip up.
Yep. When you just don't think.
Words are hard. I got 25 on insight to see if they
They
know
are.
anything.
They don't seem to know anything. They're just genuinely like
Yeah.
worried about whatever's going on with Alma because they see her as family, and they don't want to see her get hurt more than she has been.
I think conversational reset. I think we're all on the same team. We all want Alma to be happy and healthy. We're all just a little bit of miscommunication, a little stepping on toes, and that's okay when you
Sure.
meet new people.
Absolutely.
Nothing to worry about.
Just keep her safe, please.
She often does that for us, I'll say.
Good.
But we will certainly do our best. In that vein,
For as strong as she is, she's also very fragile. So
yes,
please keep her safe.
yeah.
We've already promised to.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna turn in for the night. It was lovely to meet you. And cool.
Ooh.
Goes upstairs.
Void is looking very confused as to whether or not to like pull up a chair on their own or just continue standing and wait long enough to follow after.
Chorus is just looking at Void, like, confused why you didn't just follow immediately.
Because I'm an idiot.
The sign.
Still go.
I think I will pop up. It's lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too. And we should probably be turning in, but we wanted to say good night to Alma. Edie, I'm sorry if we got off on the wrong foot. Alma's very important to us, and I can see that she's very important to you as well.
Well, I guess, like everything, words have consequences. And I get up and I walk away from the table. And I'm gonna go outside, not upstairs.
Did we?
You're sort of stepping into the ring after long weeks of hardship. And
Understood.
course, do you want to, or should I go talk to Edie? Assuming she hasn't.
Follow me!
I'll talk to her later. You go.
Okay.
You've waited long enough that this is weird now.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm gonna go, and I'll start walking up the stairs. But I am gonna
You kids
shoot.
have fun.
No.
Wear protection.
Don't let us stab you.
It's the same room that we've all been staying in. That's all I'll say on that. So
Well, that's gonna be awkward.
Well, that's boring.
I'll just go up the stairs and I will message Edie, like, I'm not following you, but I'm just making sure that this is a good don't follow me and not a secret cry for help, please follow me, even though I'm saying don't follow me. That was clear as mud. I love you, Edie.
Love you too. And that's all you get back.
That's all I get, yep.
Yeah.
I will go knock on the door and then proceed in to the room that we've been staying in.
And I think with that, we'll take our break.
Break time.
So-
Break time.
Come back,
Ooh, nervous.
and we'll take a quick 5-minute break,
We'll see
and
you.
we'll be right back, everybody.
Don't go away.
See you on the other side.
Woo.
Did you? Did you see the message that we're back live just as you were saying that? Maybe you didn't because you don't have your headphones on yet.
Oh, she
No, but
doesn't
your
have her
mic's on.
headphones.
But her
So
mic's
good
on.
news
Taylor,
is,
welcome
Taylor,
back.
you were talking during our transition to
Back.
live. So good on that one. Hi, everybody. We're back. In
We
case you're
run a
just joining
tight
us,
shipwreck around
we
here.
are professionals of the highest
Tight
order.
shipwreck.
In case you were just joining us, we've had an awkward dinner, so that was fun. We've had some
That
conversation.
was great. What are you talking
It was-
about? Awkward.
No, it was wonderful. And
You did this.
Nemea has gone up
Hey.
to bed, and Void has waited
Followed.
an awkward amount of time before deciding to follow.
A changed
And-
clothes amount of time before deciding to
Sure,
follow, maybe.
Sure. Or longer. And we are picking up. Alma's in the kitchen or pooping? I don't know. Alma's been gone for an awful long time too. There's been some weird stuff.
Alma has been wanting to keep space between her and Nemea and Void, so she's been hiding in the kitchen and has not come out yet.
As she says. And so that's where we're picking up.
Chorus of the in-laws sitting at a table.
Once again. You're the one about
Anyway.
Griff that took a shit on the king. It was great.
I knew it was gonna be a fucking shit joke. I knew it. It was
It's all poop jokes.
It's all
the way
poop
down.
jokes.
So you guys get up to anything fun while you've been in Saison?
No, we were doing some work at the temple. Just seeing if there was some stonework that was needing done. They were getting some like quotes, and then we went and visited our son's kind of memorial, and that's where we saw Alma, drunk, passed out. So pretty much what one expects when one visits a busy town. Just not expecting it to be your like daughter-in-law.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense though. Kind of.
Oh, absolutely. No
all
judgment.
right.
She's been through a lot, more than most.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she fits into our little group here quite well for
Good.
our little trauma pod.
Mm-hmm. And you're taking good care of her.
Yeah, of course. I mean, as you have seen, there's some weird emotional stuff, but physically and everything, she's good.
Relationships are hard, and friendships are relationships.
Oh,
Oh,
very random question.
we love random questions.
Do you know anything about a weird shadow that Alma might have? Have you ever looked at Alma and been like, oh, that's a weird looking shadow? I gotta roll for it.
Now that you mention it, we just kind of were confused by it ourselves. We did see something one time when we were looking at her, and it was a little weird. It was like it was shortly after Brian's death. It was this shape of, I don't know what it was. It was had claws, like pincher and claws.
Yeah, it was kind of like a dragon-looking claw thing.
I mean, yeah, I guess I could see dragon. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Now that you mention it, yeah, we have seen something like that on her before.
Is that like a normal Kalish star? Do you know a lot of Kalish stars? I've never
I
met
mean,
one myself.
we're not like super familiar with them. Alma was pretty much our main exposure to them, but No. We kind of thought it was maybe just like a trick of the light or something, because it was around. There was fire around. It was at Orion's kind of after Orion died, and it was kind of a dark time. But no, it's definitely a little odd when you think about it. Really, like what is it? I don't know.
Okay. Well, that confirms that it is at least something, and it's
It
not
is.
necessarily something new.
Hmm.
Okay.
But now I'm curious though what it could be.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Hope so. You have seen a lot of things in your travels, it seems. More than most, probably.
Yeah, I mean some weird stuff, I guess.
Yeah. What's the weirdest thing that you've ever encountered personally?
I mean, besides the dead skeletal remains of a celestial killed by her brother, who was also my patron, I don't know. I met an owlbear one time.
That seems like a huge step down from what you just described.
Yeah,
Especially since you're carrying like a hippogriff, like in a pouch right here.
yeah, this one's going way better than the owlbear did. There was a death cult one time that I sort of. I halfway joined it to try to figure out what they were doing, and then I ended up killing them all. Which I guess kind of worked out now that I think about it. It kind of worked out for what they were looking for.
Death cults kind of go into it expecting death, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I think they wanted to die a very specific way, and
I'm sure you
in a
killed them
different
a very specific way. It just may not have been the way that they were
yeah, right. It was
specifically
not.
looking for.
They, I think, were trying to summon like a visage of the god of death or like something dark and terrifying.
And they
So I
probably
killed
met
them
him.
before they could do that.
You know, they probably met, and they might have met Boz in the process too.
Maybe, probably.
Alma, I think, would come out at this point hearing just the in-laws and just chorus and
How
checking
long can we go with small talk between Chorus and Alma's in-laws?
in.
And so I said, wrecked him, darn near killed him.
We're gonna release an episode of a podcast that's just Chorus's. I'm a white guy, and so I
I'm
have to
here
have a
for it.
podcast, and it's just gonna be
Yes.
him interviewing Alma's.
Just all the random NPCs that you guys have encountered. So,
So you guys, real quick, we gotta jump over to our sponsor. These supplements made from the bones of long dead necromancers. Incredible. They really put the romance in necromancers, if you know what I mean.
Use prestidigitation to make him blue.
Oh god. Alma will come out though, hearing just 3 voices now instead of a multitude. I take it everyone went to bed for the evening?
Yeah, Edie left and said she didn't want anyone to follow her, so I'm gonna probably follow up on that here at some point. But
That checks
yeah,
out.
everyone else went.
Well, Ahmad, Haddad, there is a spare room that I organized for you, so do you mind if I sleep with you for the evening?
Not at all. That'd be fine. We'd love some more time with you.
Just remember, Alma, 50-50. If anything happens, we'll be there. You gotta, give us a yell or message or mind link, whatever, but
I'll be sure to let you know.
Okay. I'm gonna go make sure that Edie didn't, like, wander off into Saison in the middle of the night.
Okay. Edie, where did you go?
Edie
Edie
wandered
wants
off into.
to find the closest like stables or chicken coop or bunny hatch or just where I feel like as she's walking around she's noticed these things even if they are far away. But she's just looking for like a gathering of any amount of animals.
Okay.
And that's
That's
where
the
she's
sweetest
headed.
thing ever. You're able to find. So you guys are kind of in what? Kendall Heights is where the discreet flame isn't it?
Yeah.
You are able to find some of like the royal stables and stuff like that. And so there's some sheep and things of that nature, not too far away, as well as horses and like cows and stuff like that they keep nearby so they don't have to go traveling too far. If any needs a ride.
Yeah, beautiful. Is there anyone around, like guarding, or is it more just
No,
like
I mean there's
assistant?
like a shepherd, probably like tending the flock at night, but he sees you approach and doesn't seem to be too overly concerned about your presence.
Cool. I give him a permission to go and pet the animals. And
Takes it, and it's like a younger kid and gets really excited about it. And sure, you can go.
Thank you. And I'm just
Thank
gonna
you.
go run around in the mud with the animals,
Okay.
and then find a pile of them sleeping, and then curl up with them and sleep there.
Oh.
She just
Okay.
wants to be around things that don't talk to her. Right now, right this moment.
I adore that. Okay.
She'll come back before everyone wakes up, and then just
Okay.
like be smelling of barn animals. And she's just gonna tuck herself into a corner and go and wake up with everybody else.
I think Quarus went out to find her. You're muted,
Corpus
Quarus.
did go
Oh,
out
yeah.
to find Edie.
Okay.
If
I mean, Edie's trackable, easy. Like she doesn't cover her tracks. She's like there's little hoof
Trail of-
prints.
yeah.
Just there's like candy wrappers and like
Pellets.
you
word-
find like a loose
A word of
sock
the day
and you're
toilet
like, "Where-"
paper.
Yeah, like literally, just like word of the day toilet paper. You find like a loose sock and you're like, she doesn't wear socks. What are these for? And then you find me just like playing with some sheep.
you good, Edie?
Hi. Hey.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come in.
Alright. Chorus goes in and puts the hippogriff down on the ground with all of the barn animals. I don't know if
Okay.
it's a good idea.
What could possibly go wrong?
Beautiful. No, it's great. I like find the little group of lambs that I had cornered earlier, and I usher them over to the little hippogriff so that there's like babies and babies. Wait, do hippogriff eat lambs?
This
I
is
think
why
they
I'm
eat
saying this
meat,
might not
yep.
be a good idea.
Yep.
But
Snack.
it's like it's like a dog raised around like barn animals. They just think
Yeah.
that they're that animal. So we're gonna teach
Yeah.
this hippogriff that it's a sheep.
That can't possibly backfire.
No, that'd be awesome.
It'll be fine. No, it's just like
Or
learning
SWAT
respect
flies
of
into
other
battle on the
animals.
hippogriff and goes, meh.
Yeah,
That's its
well,
war
I mean,
cry.
its food so far has been prepared, so it doesn't know that meat comes from things yet. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we can always tell it no.
Yes, gently.
Yeah.
And it does try to nip at some of the lambs.
I redirect its attention to some grass
I'm
to
of
play
course
with,
pulls
not
out
to eat.
some rations.
Not to
and,
eat with, like it's like playing with a cat, like when you like flick a bit of like
some
grass.
catnip,
like
but for a hippogriff. Hippogriff nip.
not even. It doesn't even
Just some
need to
weed,
be. You
guys.
imagine
Just
if you had
weed.
like a long, if you had like a long piece of like grass weed or something, and you just wave it in front of a cat, like go fucking nuts.
You alright?
Yeah. They were acting weird, right? Or was it just me?
I think everyone was just a little confused. I think there was a very intense situation just across the board with all of the feelings in the room. And I think everyone
It
was
feels like
just confused.
If someone that you love says something that doesn't make sense, you don't immediately jump down their throats to strangers when they're not even around to then say snide comments about them making sure to keep their mouth shut, even if it was a polite way of saying, you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel right. It felt wrong. And then they kept being like, they're family. But make sure you tell Alma to watch what she says. And it's like, how does that compute? It would be more polite to pull Alma aside and say, hey, you can trust us, and I just want you to know that your slip up before was suspicious. So keep an eye on that. You don't need to tell us any more details, but, you can trust us. And then at least there would have been some sort of communication between everybody, but it feels like Alma was just being bullied behind her back. And I know whatever they're going through is hard, but that's not fair.
I think
people judging us by how I look? I've never even thought about it that much before.
Like I said, I think there were just a lot of tension and a lot of feelings in the room that all came around weird for everyone.
Maybe
I don't
just
think
have low charisma scores.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody meant anything bad by it. I think it was, no matter what their words were, their intent was that, we just need to be careful with whatever we're doing.
Yeah, and we know that. It's like,
yeah,
tell me
I mean,
what to do,
I don't know.
stranger.
I didn't have normal parents either, but I think that's kind of like a parent thing to do for people to be, talk to their friends behind their back and, tell them, make sure they're doing a good thing.
Ah, okay.
I think that came from a place of love, and...
Oh. Edie, pauses for a moment, I see. Okay. Alright. Well...
And I don't think they thought of us as strangers. I think they very much were in the Alma trusts us, so they trust us kind of realm, even though we just met. Sometimes, shared connections between people can make people not strangers, even if it's the first time they're meeting.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. I can understand that. Yes. I think I just don't think it just felt weird. The rules of hospitality were broken immediately, and it was quite odd.
Yeah, I'm with you. I understand. As a person who often breaks the rules of hospitality immediately, I think maybe I'm trying not to judge them as much as maybe they deserve or anything. I don't know. I've said a lot of things like that very quickly without meaning what I said.
That makes sense. All good. I'm fine. I just needed a moment to chill out.
For sure. I just came to check on, make sure you were doing all right.
I'm doing good. Thank you for checking on me.
Yeah, for sure. Do you
walk back?
Yeah, sure.
You want to get some ice cream?
If there's a late night ice cream place open, sure.
I just said there was, so hopefully.
Wow, there's a late night ice cream shop that's open.
If Alma gets to be an employee of the Discreet Flame, Edie's...
There's a cold stone around here somewhere.
Yeah.
It's just a person casting chill touch on a giant
It's just
rock.
icy marble, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
all the add-ons you can possibly want.
Oh,
As
this is
long
so
as it's
exciting.
just chocolate.
Yeah, I got.
No,
I
you
get
need gummy
anchovy-
bears
I
and
get-
sour worms and nerds.
I get
Where on earth are
anchovies
they
and
getting that?
chocolate. Anchovies and chocolate is what I choose for my toppings. I get
Alright, that
it
sounds
mixed into it,
interesting.
and then
That's a choice.
it's a good one. I found out
The-
that mixture by
The
accident.
pimply guy working
love
behind the
it.
counter is like, we don't have anchovies.
It's okay. Can I pull a packet of anchovies out of my pocket?
Yes, you
Forrest
can.
just has a bunch of salted fish in his pocket because he's got all these rations and shit. So it's all right. We brought our own. We'll just
Absolutely,
chocolate.
you can.
Thank you.
Bring your own
Thanks, Chorus.
toppings, ice cream.
I mean, if it's going to be anchovies, it's going to have to be.
Yeah.
Until it catches on, because they don't know about it yet.
Bye.
Not because it's weird or bad.
It is a bit weird, but Edie thinks it's great. She's dipping her rations into chocolate all the time. She's learning. I'm a chef. And we walk back.
Okay.
What ice cream did you get?
Chorus would have gotten the exact same thing as Edie. This might be the first time Chorus has ever had ice cream. It's hard to say.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna roll to see how good it tastes. I got a 14. It's not bad.
It is surprisingly okay.
Yeah, it's like salty
is-
chocolate. The chocolate kind of overpowers the fishiness, and it just ends up kind of being like a
A little bit more unami.
yeah.
Umami.
Conlon is
Umami.
What's that
having a
word?
serious
Umami.
issue with this because
Yeah, so am
there's
I.
no way that this is an actual like this would just taste like fishy chocolate, and I hate it.
Mhm,
But,
mhm.
We're in
but for the role
fantasy
play,
land.
incredible. I love it. Well, and of course, its taste buds are weird.
Because it's
Especially if it's the first time you've
by
had
his
ice
smell, the sense of smell has really
Oh.
been damaged over the years.
No, his sense of smell is great. The problem is he's just eaten so many random berries and shit out in the woods that he's destroyed any
Taste
potential
buds
for
then.
actually tasting things that he ever had. This is good, Edie. We should see if we can get an ice cream making thing at the new inn. fun.
Yes, that sounds great. And I guess we go to bed.
Okay.
Everyone's got sticky finger. I've got sticky fingers, so everyone's covered in sticky bugs by the end of the night.
And Alma, what are you doing?
Chocolate and fish on everyone.
And barn animals.
Oh god. Alma would have just actually she would have left her stuff alone in the other room, not wanting to go in, and she would have just gone immediately to the room that she's going to share with Orion's parents.
Void and Nemea. Or Conlon, what, of course, what you're
Just
going
real quick off of that, yes, anding the role play there. After a bit, if Chorus notices that, Chorus would cast Pass Without a Trace and just go put all of Alma's stuff in her room, like nicely.
I like that.
That's
I like
a
it very much.
20, a 30 on stealth with Pass Without a Trace. So I think
Barely makes it.
Cutting it close.
Just so close. My passive perception is off the charts, my guy. Alma, in that case, seeing like her stuff being there, she'd be very surprised and wondering how the hell it got there, since she clearly didn't get it.
it smells vaguely of barn animals, fish, and chocolate. So that's
And that's something I tuck
Everything
in my
a
back pocket.
growing boy needs.
That's just info I tuck in my back pocket for another time.
Void and Nemea.
Void would just come into the room, like, assuming you're decent, I'm just it got really awkward down there, so I'm just gonna go to bed.
Yep, I changed a while ago.
Okay, good. Void changes and just goes into the loose fitting like vestments and just curls up on the bed.
So I don't know what happened down there, but I hope everyone's okay. But I was thinking time's running out for the council members, and we spent all that time in each other's bodies and with Thronus giving us that weird riddle clue thingy. I think we should act on it and see if Aldim or anyone on the council knows where to go, and at least start heading that direction.
No, I agree. I think at most maybe a day spent researching here, but otherwise inform the council, figure out next moves, and make a path for Welderland. If it makes you feel any better, all the time with Thronus theoretically wasn't time. So, and we saved ourselves the time it took to get back with Edie's spell. So, I think we're actually okay on time. It hasn't been a month since Nura passed. So, urgency, but not too urgent.
How long has it been? Been like a week?
Oh, Dustin asked me this a while ago, and I figured it out, and now I need to re-look it up.
I think you said like a week and a half.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's like 10 days or something.
Yeah.
Even so, I would like to use the time that we do have as efficiently as possible. I think they're complete idiots for tying themselves to the crystal, but I understand, and they shouldn't die because of it. They don't deserve that. They're just being loyal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. We should do our best to move as quickly as we can, and I think that's what we're doing. We at least have more information than we did, and I guess now sort of multiple paths converge. Are you ready to theoretically meet Ungar?
Yeah, I think I am. And if I'm not, then I'll just step back. But he might have answers that we all need, so...
Yes, hopefully.
Especially if he's...
Especially if he's what?
Well, isn't he trying to beat death?
Yes, and that is a topic that I'm a little afraid to broach with him depending on his level of skill, but at the very least, he's messed with your head. At least I'm pretty sure he has. And we need to set that right.
There have been so many people that have messed with my head. I just think that maybe he would know how to potentially get to the Feywild without time warping us.
That's a good thought. I hadn't considered that.
Michael was playing with it, I assume, to get back to...
To Edie, yeah.
Yeah, so... I don't think it... Obviously it didn't work out too well for him, but if Ungar knows about it, especially if he's trying to beat death, then maybe he's trying to manipulate that weird river thingy they were describing, then maybe we can get to the Feywild safely and help Edie and her tribe and the plane itself.
Yeah.
I know she says she doesn't think it's the biggest urgency, but the sages back at the pedal do seem to think it was pretty urgent, so there's just so much going on, and I'm now rambling.
You're right on all that. I think Edie is feeling it more than she's letting on. She seemed particularly short tonight.
I think the bottom of sort of being alone for most of the day today got to her.
Probably didn't help.
Anyway, I'm gonna write in my journal for a little bit. You can do what you do with. I'm gonna turn in pretty early.
I'm the same. I got some new books that I can read, so I'll be doing that.
Nice.
Void reaches into the bag of holding and pulls out this like massive tome and just props it up like on their little legs, just does the little like crook V sit and has the book open against their legs. Just reads.
What's the tome on? Can I read the cover?
The title is Hellish Tongues. And you notice it's written both in common and infernal.
Okay. Noted. I make no comment.
First chapter is all about swirling clockwise.
We all know you need to draw arcane glyphs. That's what you actually need to do.
Nice. Tongue cramps, though, are real.
Oh no. I just have that stupid Lugia meme in my head now.
Oh my god.
Your song
Sorry,
has revived me.
That meme. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, uh-huh. That one, yep.
Yeah, otherwise head to bed. Beep bop boop.
Best fade to black ever. Everybody else comes and joins you shortly after. Probably making note of the situation, I would imagine. And everybody takes a long rest.
Can I press the button?
That.
You may press the button.
Click that long rest button.
Beautiful.
Bus driver.
Move that bus. Wow.
What a pull. I'm just gonna use 3 spell slots in the morning just for the sake of it. No, I'm just... for fun!
All right, morning comes along. What's happening?
What the fuck are we doing today?
Alma,
I would.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go. You go.
I was just gonna say Alma would most likely just be seeing off Orion's parents just to make sure that they get home safely, and then that's essentially it for the morning.
Okay.
So waving goodbye while they're in the carriage.
It's a goodbye.
Goodbye.
Probably once everyone's reconvened together, Nemea will readdress the idea of going to the council, explaining and saying, hey, can you guys at least point us in the right direction? Like, where can we start? Thoughts?
Feelings.
And prayers.
Deepest secrets.
Any good therapists around?
I agree. Checking in, letting them know what we know, and finding out if they have a good way to get to Welderland. Maybe they have a teleportation circle that they can teach Edie.
That'd be cool.
Because otherwise, it is a walk.
How do you actually get them? Like, is there like a paid service, or is it a convincing sort of thing, or are there public ones?
I would imagine it depends on who made the circle to begin with. I would think.
Yeah.
One person might want it to be like a public thing that like, hey, everybody can use this to get to this city. It's like in the middle of the square, and then like Micah's would be fairly private, right? Because it's just his.
I guess so. I wonder if there's like a directory or a service, maybe an app.
Press 1 for those buns dough. Press 2.
Maybe we can ask the council.
If anyone would know, Grim would, I would think.
Just figure if we're gonna do some learning, I may as well see if we can collect a bunch. Or at least figure out how to collect a bunch. Like, how do we get more?
Yeah.
Even if it's just sending a letter to each city and then waiting for a response back to see if they've got a public library.
Hey, you got
Pen
circles?
pals.
You got circles? You want to give me them circles? You
Give me them circles, babe.
Give me them circles. We're the heroes, and if you give us access to your circles, we could be there in a flash.
The next ad.
It's good advertising.
That's good marketing.
It is.
Yeah.
The Tom from the Thieves Guild had that cube. Surely that can't be the only one of its kind. Maybe Grim also has one?
Can always ask.
Or maybe he just has a book that he can give us that you can copy? Or keep?
Yeah, maybe.
Sounds like all roads for planning purposes lead through the council. So
yeah,
let's head there, have a discussion, and then maybe it's one of us goes here to research circles, one of us goes here to research more in Welderland.
You guys got pen and paper?
Always.
Yeah.
I want to be prepared when we get there. And I just, like, if you hold it out, I literally just, like, grab it and, like, tear out one page.
Yeah.
Void quickly withdraws the journal that they were holding up and then just, like, gets some paper and then hands it over to Edie.
Nice.
In my office, several
shove it into my
pages.
pocket. Yeah.
Yeah,
I chuck it
it's
in my
several pages out of
pocket
mine.
with a bit of charcoal, and I'm ready to go.
You guys head to the council. Are you wanting to role play that, or do you want to just kind of skip and say, "Hey, we updated"?
I think we can
blah,
just
We can just
just fast track that.
Yeah.
Say, hey, this is what we've been doing.
But first,
Blech.
let's roleplay us getting breakfast. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
So
No.
do I guess
We
give
pick up
me
bacon and egg rolls on the way.
the information that you're going to give the council, like so that way you can tell me what you're omitting,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and what way I know what you're telling them.
And I guess we would, like, talking this out in meta, because our characters would conversate this.
Oh,
conversate
absolutely.
like a
Especially on the
dumbass.
carriage.
Yeah.
On the carriage there.
Is-
Which I'll pay for.
We don't
We're
have to.
council,
We're
you
council
don't need to pay.
members. Stop
All
it.
right.
Is there anything we want to withhold from council? I guess the only thing would be Alma's Warhammer, potentially. We got answers about Alma's Warhammer that they don't really need to know. And we got answers about Eulogy that they don't really need to know.
Yeah.
But it was otherwise...
We don't need to mention you and Snurry's connection whatsoever.
No.
That needs to not even come up. Do we say about the scrying and knowing that it's been handed off in that direction? Or
I think we've technically already told them that.
okay, cool.
Or have we not?
Beautiful.
We've at least told Aldeem
I
that.
think we have that it's in Welderland.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
they know.
We knew it was in Welderland, or at least we were betting that based on the fact that it was handed off to like a dwarf that sounded like of noble import or something. And now we
And
have
the Sphinx also
Yeah.
confirmed
Yes. Well, the
that what we were
Sphinx-
speaking is in Welderland.
Yes, the Sphinx confirmed that it's not just in Welderland, but it's like we need to go to a temple of the god of creation that is
In the mountains.
in the mountains, theoretically underground,
Mhm.
that Ungar Stormbringer is either the guardian of or is also interested in. That was a little bit vague.
Do we want to bring up Ungar's name, though, too, to the council?
I don't see any reason why not to.
Why not? Yeah.
We don't have to tie the thread over to Nemea. We know that Ungar is related to Nemea's memory stuff, but we don't have to give them that thread. We can just say Ungar Stormbringer is apparently involved with this temple that we're trying to find.
Yeah. I would rather omit anything connected.
Yeah.
We do that, Dustin.
Yeah.
All that.
All that in a bag of chips.
Okay. You guys go ahead and report to the council the information that you have chosen to give them. They do tell you that there is a portal, teleportation circle kind of thing that you would be able to access should you decide that that's what you are wanting to do immediately. Because they see this as something of the utmost importance for them. It is absolutely something that they're going to give you access to because none of them really want to, die at this point. They would really like to keep living.
Don't want to waste those days on us hoofing it to Welderland.
Well, we could let you go, but
where would the teleportation circle land us? Is this like a diplomatic one?
Yeah.
Okay. Diplomatic immunity.
And right now, it is pretty heavily guarded because of the king.
Yeah. The tensions.
There's a whole lot of like, what could,
So they would be, if we came through, the council would probably give us like a writ or something to.
There would have to be some sort of like announcement ahead of time that, hey, we are coming through. Please don't kill us. We are not an invading force, kind of thing.
Which they would certainly be able to. It's like, hey, we have some people investigating some things for us. They need to be there. Please do not kill them.
We just need to give them a heads up, not ED our way in.
Right.
Flower burst everywhere.
Aldean would be able to kind of pass word along to their equivalent of secret keepers.
Would we know anything more from the council about a temple of the god of creation? Would we know where that could be located? Or is that a researchy thing?
That would probably be a researchy thing that's outside of the purview of the general temple. You could probably go to the temple district and somebody there might know a little bit more as somebody who is, or let me see.
I didn't know if it would be something like at the obelisk.
Yeah, hold on. I'm looking because my video shut down. Everything else. So Rimardo might have some information on it, being a cleric. But it's if it's a secret thing in another area, he also may not know. It's kind of a toss up. I'll say no. He's not going to know a whole lot about that one. He spent more of his time focusing on, just studying the sacred texts. Basically, like he wears the, he's a cleric of Beatha, the goddess of life, and so he's kind of devoted his life to becoming kind of her go-to and knowing her word and stuff like that. So he's focused his time and studies on that more than other faiths and other temples and stuff like that. Not that he's opposed to any of them, but just his focuses have not been that way.
Alrighty. The diligent typing from them.
Did they have like a teleportation circle catalog like Edie was looking for?
They have circles, basically, again, kind of diplomatic ones that will connect to places that they've established diplomatic relationships with. Some of them are more of use than others at this point, again, depending on relations currently with those kingdoms and stuff like that. They might not be very usable currently, but they do seem to have some sort of teleportation circle established for at least the kingdoms on this continent, and then they have a couple other ones that are for some of the other cities and stuff as well. Just being able to reach out to, being able to get around like some of their more useful outposts and things like that, with some that are more like on the outskirts, so they can get supplies there, if there's need.
So not too much that Edie would be able to.
Not like she wouldn't be able to like get you everywhere like in the world kind of thing, but she would be able to learn like ones again to the different continents here. So like to Balantor and Welderlin, like to their kingdoms, to their castles. But it's a specifically defend again, very
High defense places.
high defense places where the information isn't going to like when you pop out, it is right in the realms of their hierarchy, and so you will be immediately surrounded by guards kind of thing. It's not one where you can go in and be unnoticed. You're going to have to either have very valid reason for being there or be able to lie really well when you come out, which, you know,
If only we had somebody who
kind
could
of
really lie.
that's kind of up your guys' alley. So
But yeah, still probably better to do so properly.
That's all the info we get.
So it sounds like we
Ooh.
teleport to Elderland. After, do we take the rest of the day to just do research and figure out where this temple is? May, you were going to say something?
I was going to say if I could also do any research on Corey spirits and Kalishtar.
where are you wanting to do that?
If there was like a library, if it's not like a possible thing for us to research or get access to, then I won't worry about it. But it is something.
I mean,
on the maze
research
mind.
is very possible. I just, if you guys are going to the council, that's one thing. If you're going to research things, that's another.
Then
Which
no, I'll stay.
both are doable. Just more curious as to what order and stuff that you guys are wanting to do things.
Could we go to the obelisk after having... If it seems like the council is like, here's a teleportation circle, along with a couple of others, but use at discretion. This is the fastest way to Elderland, but we need to like inform them ahead of time. Oh, what do we do if the person with the wand is like a noble? Is like someone important in Welderland?
Then we find out some of their secrets and blackmail them.
This is why I ask, is because it gets into a little bit of a diplomatic sticky wicket.
Or what
we
about
steal
if
it and
we
don't get
disguise
caught?
ourselves? We could disguise. Be
And-
different. We're the felons.
And do we know what happens to the wand if it's been used?
Theoretically, it can only be used by one person once, but we don't know what happens to the wand. So we think that the person who sold the wand would have to go and pick it up from the person, based on the scry. Snurry said that she would come back to retrieve it once the person was done with it.
Okay. I think we should just go.
Go and cross that bridge when we get there. Ask for diplomatic permission or forgiveness instead of diplomatic permission.
community.
Nothing will ever go wrong doing that. Okay. Do we have time to go to the obelisk and do some researchy
But
bits?
like, yeah. When do we have to leave?
I don't think there's any have to. It's just a matter of, do we want to go research some stuff at the obelisk before we go, or do we want to just go, yeet ourselves into Welderland, and figure it out after?
It's a group decision, but I think we should just go. Oh, sorry, Chorus.
I was gonna say the opposite. I have some things I'd like to look up
Oh.
before we go, but if we're in a hurry, we can also
No.
just do that later.
Let's just do it by simple
No.
vote. There's only 5 of us, so Nemea says go, Cora says stay and research. Edie, Alma?
I want to do some research too. I stay.
2 for stay, 1 for go. Alma?
We're leaving tomorrow morning. Start the day fresh.
Sure.
What's the time zone transference like?
What's our jet lag or teleportation lag? What's that gonna be like?
Yeah, exactly.
You're
muted,
Oh,
Justin.
you're muted.
You would be going to an earlier time as you went west.
Mm.
So it would work in your favor.
We gain more hours. We don't
Yeah,
lose
we
more
gain hours, yeah.
Research probably is the best thing to do first.
I was also going to be in that camp, so
Absolutely fine.
let's research what we can today, and we set out tomorrow with whatever we've been able to find. Hands in break.
That's what we do.
Heroes on 10.
That's a what? 1.
That's a big
2,
countdown.
3.
No, you just say 10 heroes.
Heroes. That's better. There we go. We got there.
10 heroes.
We don't need all those intermediary numbers.
Then you've made a plan to
Mhm.
visit the obelisk, to do some research,
Mhm.
to study different things. And we will pick that up next
I
week.
knew it. Yeah.
Could see that coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we have another 30 minutes.
No.
We could just do another 30 minutes of RP.
Just do. I'd really like to RP the carriage ride over to the obelisk.
You do?
No.
Damn it, man! This is the
I want to
All just
RP.
awkwardly sitting
I
quietly.
want to
in the
RP
carriage.
picking the horses for the carriage.
Yes.
Be meticulous.
Not that one. I don't trust the chestnut.
The
Uh-uh.
hoof
Oh my
preparation.
God.
The maintenance of these hooves is suspect at best.
The blaze on that one's a little crooked.
Jesus.
We are going to be doing a raid, so stick around for our raid.
Raid.
We will be back next week, I believe, correct?
Yes,
I don't think we have
next
anything
week.
going on.
Next week.
We have
Check out Nimble. Links in
check
chat.
out Nimble, check out Be Quick. Be Quick and check out Nimble.
There we go.
Um,
There's the tagline.
Got there. It's good to be back. We missed you guys. I missed all your faces. I'm glad that everybody could be back. Haley, I'm glad your internet lasted and that you were
Yeah.
super
There
on
There
fire
was a
today.
couple of moments where you guys just disappeared for me, and I was like, "You can do it, you could do it," and I just closed stream, and it was fine. Everything's fine.
Do we want to do the inspiration thing really quick before we go?
Ooh,
Like,
I
because we haven't been
guess.
doing that, we kind of forgot. So, whose turn is it?
I think it's either Conlon or Melissa's turn.
Yeah.
I feel like I've gone a lot.
I feel like Conlon picked Melissa last time, so I think it's.
I think that
Mel's
happened.
turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's Melissa's turn to do player inspiration. So who gets inspiration from this episode?
Fuck. Just
Fuck gets inspiration.
Fuck.
Our ghost NPC.
Yeah.
Why was this?
Fart buckle, save friends.
Oh no, Conlon! No, I'm sad. I'm gonna give inspiration to Haley for spicy eating coming in, and the fact that we have Haley again this week.
Yeah.
And you know, big feels. It's just like, no, all you gotta do is just push down big feels. Everything's fine. You don't need big feels.
Yeah, that's working. It's working real well.
It is. She's got a smile on her face. Does Alma?
But mostly for the comment of, what's humble? Okay.
That was great. That was solid.
Because I love you.
Okay.
Amazing.
So stick around for our raid because
Mm.
we're doing that,
Yay!
and then I guess be good to each other, be good to yourselves, and until next week. Are you ready for more tales?
Always!
So goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. See you next week. Bye bye.